Yes, my people, man. Welcome back to EMGM Sports. It's me, your boy Enzo. I've got my boy Joe with me today. What's happening, Joe, man? What are you saying, bro?
All good, brother. All good. A pleasure to be here, man. Thank you for having me, man.
Yeah. Nice. Listen, we're gonna do a little quick weekly catch up here on all the boxing that's been happening. Joe, where do you want to start, man? Like a lot has happened this week. Do you want to talk about Keyshawn Davis?
Yeah, Keyshawn Davis knocking out Dennis Berinchik in round 4 with a body shot, becoming, I think, WBO world champion of the world. Good performance from Keyshawn, man. Really, really good performance, dominant performance. I think that was his 14th fight as well.
Yeah, it was.
So one of the along with Oscar De La Hoya being one of the youngest champions in the history of the sport as well. And it's quite a difficult build-up for Keyshawn Davis. I don't know if you know about what's been happening with Keyshawn, but he's been having watermelon and banana popples sent to his door. Yeah. So it was a watermelon. Yeah, have you not seen that, bro?
Nah, it's mad, man.
What happened? So during the the fight week build-up, he had a watermelon and a bunch of bananas sent to his door room in his hotel, and it said something. The note said something like, keep with your high jumps and keep energized, which is obviously racist, right? They said
that's racist, bro.
Yeah, it was racist, right? And then Keyshawn basically accused Dennis Berinchik's team for sending the package. Berinchik's like, nah, it's not us. So like, what are you talking about? And then it turned out a few days, like a day or two after, Keyshawn Davis is on a Instagram live, and he's saying it's Teofimo Lopez that was the one who sent it. And Tio recorded a video reacting to that video, eating a banana as well. Yeah, so he's saying it's not him, but then he's eating a banana, laughing at the video, saying it is him. So it's not actually confirmed who it actually is. No one's actually taking credit for it, but it's either Berinchik or Lopez, according to Keyshawn Davis.
Nah, that's crazy.
Annoyed that pissed Keyshawn off as well. Can we swear on this or not?
Nah, do your thing. It's not a kid's show, bro.
I was gonna say, so that pissed off Keyshawn Davis as well, and added extra incentive to do a damage on Berinchik. But then he thought it was Lopez, so I don't really know what's going on. But it doesn't really matter now because Berinchik lost. Keyshawn done a dominating display, and he's on the world at 135 pounds. What did you think of that fight?
Nah. The thing is, I wasn't even meant to watch this fight, bro. Like I was just bored until I didn't even know my guy was fighting. I was just pulling the channels and I was looking for
made it a bit weird.
That's what I said. It was a bit weird. So I wasn't expecting boxing in it. I was just scrolling through and I just see this kid fighting. I'm like, yo, you know what? Just let me just leave it. And you know what? He looks solid, bro. Like I really liked him. He looks solid. Like, how far do you think this kid can go, man? Like, where do you rank him right now amongst the best young fighters in the world right now? And how far do you see him going, man?
I mean, he's up there. Do you know what? Yeah. Let me see. I'm just picking one of these on because I think Keyshawn's like 27 now. You know, I don't even know. Like Keyshawn Davis, 25. Sorry. Okay, cool. 25.
25. Young guy in boxing.
Still young, relatively new in sport, right? So, he can go. The thing is, he said himself he's not looking to be undisputed. He don't want that title.
Wow.
I made a video on my TikTok as well, and I was like, how can you not want to be undisputed if you're in the sport, like, and you've won a world title? Undisputed, undisputed is the one where it's in the name. No one can dispute you're the guy, right?
That's the next one up.
And people on my TikTok were like, "Oh, you don't know what you're talking." I'm like, "Shut up, bro. What are you talking about? Like, if you want to be undisputed, if I'm in boxing and I'm good enough to beat everyone, why would you not want to be undisputed, right?"
That's true.
But also, you know, him and Shakur Stevenson are like best of friends. They class each other as brothers, and they're both in the 135-pound division as well. So that's going to be a massive barrier to become undisputed. He can go. Can he be an undisputed world champion? I'm not quite sure because of the talent there is in the 135 to 140-pound division. You know, you got Payne, you got Tio, you got Shakur, you got Tank. You know, you got Loma's still there and about as well. So, and I'm pretty sure there's a few other names that I've forgotten.
Ain't Haney move up to 140?
Yeah, Haney's at 140. But you know, when I look at 135 and 140, I kind of class it as a one division low key. Obviously, because it's so the gap is always there. Like all the 135 pounders, like Haney, Garcia, Tio, they couldn't hack it at 135 because it's too much for them, so they moved up to 140. And I think Keyshawn Davis is in that bracket as well. I think eventually he's going to move up to 140 as well.
Yeah.
Can he be an undisputed champion? I'm not going to say no because you can never rule that out. He's a talented guy,
Yeah.
but there's a lot of names that will block that chance for him to become undisputed. You know, like Garcia, Haney, Tank, Lopez. All of these men can kind of stop that. But he can go all the way. He's a talented guy. Also, I don't know if you know his rivalry with Andy Cruz, where
Yeah, I'm just looking at it. And Andy Cruz is actually he's ranked #1 with the WBC. So
yeah, so Andy
that's
Cruz
interesting, isn't it?
yeah, he's one of the most talented amateurs we've ever seen in boxing. Like people,
Yeah.
when he came into the pros, people like, can he replicate what Lomachenko has done? You know, Lomachenko being one of the most outstanding amateurs we've ever seen in boxing. Andy Cruz is there as well, right? And Andy Cruz beat Keyshawn Davis, I think, 4 times in the amateurs. Also in the Olympic finals as well in 2020 in Tokyo, he beat Keyshawn Davis to win the gold as well. So yeah, there's a massive rivalry there. Andy Cruz signed to Eddie Hearn. So yeah, they want that fight happen, but I don't think Sean wants that fight because he's lost to him 4 times in the amateurs. And Andy Cruz calls him his son. He's like, "You're my son. You're my son. You're my son." Like he mocks Keyshawn a lot. So Andy Cruz as well, 135 pounds. He's more likely to be undisputed than Keyshawn Davis. So Keyshawn could go a long way, but Andy Cruz is always going to be there. That's going to be one of the most anticipated fights in America, specifically just because of the history they have. So yeah, I think Andy Cruz is going to be the biggest problem for Keyshawn Davis, to be honest, bro.
Yeah. Now you know me. I'm gonna be real. I'm a bit late on this Davis kid, but you know what? From what I've seen,
yeah,
I'm impressed. You know what I mean? And everyone in my gym's telling me, "Yo, that he's a real deal." So yeah, man, we'll see how it goes, man. Like you said, man, we'll see how it goes. Moving on, your guy, man, Jack Catterall, losing a split decision to Arnold Barboza, man. Barboza Jr. How did you score that fight, man?
I think the right man won, to be honest. By a round as well. Like that fight was extremely close, Enzo, right? Because it was 150. It was a 150, 113 fight all day long, right? It could have gone any way. I think the problem was that Jack Catterall is a very patient fighter, and that's why people call him boring a lot because of just his patience, and he lets his opponent make the first move when they're in the ring, right? And I think this fight it's always worked for him. Always works for him. Even when he lost against Josh Taylor, which we all know wasn't a loss in the first bout.
That was in a loss, yeah.
But on record, he lost, right?
He lost, yeah.
In every fight he's had, his style has always worked the way he wants to fight, which great fighters do. Great fighters can dictate the way the fight goes, right? And the great fighters can actually disrupt that and ruin that game plan. And credit to Arnold Barboza because it is evident he studied Jack Catterall to a T. You can tell he was really patient and he was playing Jack Catterall's game as well.
Yeah.
And the thing with Jack Catterall is that his style was basically caught him eventually. It was always going to catch up to him. If you're going to be that patient and be really slow and play chess, and you're not going to be busy like Barboza was at times, it's going to catch up to you on a points decision, and that's what it did. Barboza, fair play to him because he came on an away day to Jack Catterall's home city in Manchester and won, and comes back home with the interim title. So fair play. It was a really good performance by Barboza. I think Jack Catterall should have been more busy. He was on the back foot too much, and he was waiting to pounce when he should have worked a lot more, and it caught him, and it eventually was going to catch up to him.
Yeah. Do you think them man are gonna rematch then, or is that kind of like?
If I'm Barboza, what's the point when I'm now? Because that fight was the mandatory for Teofimo Lopez's belt.
Okay. Yeah.
And because Teofimo Lopez got the WBO and the and the Ring Magazine belts, so he's gonna be mandatory now. because that was for the planetary fight. So why would I rematch Catchell when now I know my next fight should be Teofimo Lopez for the Ring Magazine, which is like you're the guy. If you got the Ring Magazine belt, you're basically the guy in the division, right? And for the WBO as well. So nah, they're not going to rematch. In my opinion, for Catchell though, I think I do respect Jack Catchell because his last fights were, I think it was obviously Barboza, Prograis, Taylor, Linares. So those last 4 fights were pretty like convincing. I don't know. I think those were the last 4 fights anyway. And he's been on a hell of a run, taking on all of those fighters. So I think for Jack Catchell's sake, I wouldn't say he should take an easy fight, but he should take maybe. I'd like to see him up against. I think Liam Paro would be a good fight. Not to say that he's an easy fight, but I think that's a good fight for him to get back into it and you know, make another run for a world title, because he's been very active. Jack Catchell, very active this last year and a bit. In the space of the last 365 days, he's been very, very active. So I don't think Jack Catchell should really stop. I think activity is good for Catchell.
Yeah, nah, that's good, man. Yeah, like you said, man, well done to Barboza Jr., man. You know what I mean? He stayed busy, and you know, like you said, the right man won. What else I've got here? What else he's been doing around this week? You got the Queensbury card coming up. Is it? Queensbury card. Yeah, Frank Warren staying busy. Just signed that deal with DAZN, and he's wasting no time, bro. He's going straight in. Big card. I mean, this card, look, I'm a bit, you know, everyone's got their own opinion. You know, you go Whyte, Joyce headlining that card. You go Lawrence Okoli and Richard Riyad Paul. I mean, you know, David Adelaide is there as well. What do you think of this card? For me personally, I'm not that excited about it. I know some people are hyping up on it, like Dillian Whyte on the way down, Joyce on the way down. I don't see what this fight really does for them. They're not going to be mandatory. They're not going to get a world title. I don't know. Bragging rights, ego type of fight. Both going to make decent money. Lawrence Okoli, I'll be honest, I'm not feeling that guy. He's not my type of fighter. Boring. Doesn't excite me. Richard Riakpo, his last fight against Billiam Smith, he got on my nerves, bro. Like, Billiam Smith is not even an elite fighter. Do you know what I mean? Billiam Smith is a tough grinder, works hard, blood, sweat, and tears. That's how he won his world title. But in terms of elite, do you know what I mean, world-class boxing, he's not that guy. We saw him in the last fight. He's just not that guy. And Richard Riakpo just, like, it looked like his feet were stuck in mud, bro. He couldn't move, bro. He couldn't let his shots go, and Billiam Smith was right in front of him. So for me, him moving up to heavyweight is going to be even slow. I don't see what he's going to do there. Lawrence Okoli promised us a big fight after his last, you know, I don't know, he fought the McDonald's guy, the bus delivery driver. So he wanted the big fight. He's not going to get. He's fighting Richard Riakpo, just coming up to heavyweight boxing. So I'll be honest, I'm not excited about these fights. I'm only excited about the Congolese guy, Chikeva, that's fighting David Adelaide, because I'm Congolese as well. So I'm Congolese, so I'm excited about that fight.
What's his name? I don't know his actual name. But I know
his name is Chikeva.
They call him
his name is Chikeva. So I'm hype about him. Yeah, I'm hype about him. I want to watch him. I'm excited about him. But the card for me is just, it's one of those. Frank Warren is like, you know what? I joined DAZN. I've got the big card on the 22nd. My fighters are on there. How can I keep the UK fans busy? How can I keep myself ticking? Yeah, let me just do this little throwaway card. People are still going to watch. They're going to tune in. I'm going to talk about it. You're going to talk about it. But overall, what do you think of this card? And, you know, Dillian Whyte, Joyce, what do you make of these two guys? And what's the futures? What does the future lay ahead for them?
To be honest, Enzo, I actually disagree with you, bro. I think it's a decent.
Really?
I don't think it's horrible.
Oh.
I think it's decent, bro. Do you know what it is? I think the fact of, like, I think each fight has a bit, has like let's talk about the co-main and the main, right? The main, you're talking about world titles, right? And I don't think they're looking for world titles. I think they're looking to be back.
What are they looking for?
I think first of all, they're looking for the payday. They're looking to make as much money as they possibly can in their twilight of their careers, right? And I think world titles is not a thing for them. I think the Riyadh season dream is the thing for them. I think they want to be involved in Riyadh season, right? And Dillian Whyte, since that Fury loss has gone downhill for him in terms of his career and his progress, what he would like to have in his career because of the performance against what's my man's
Tete.
name? Nah, not even Tete. The one before that, he fought.
Let me find it. I'll find it for you. You go on, keep talking. I'll find it for you.
Well, Franklin.
Oh,
Jermaine
Franklin, yeah.
Yeah, well, he fought Jermaine Franklin, and it wasn't a great performance from Dillian Whyte as well. A lot of people thought Franklin won, and then after,
and that the one he got popped.
Jermaine Franklin.
No. So Dillian Whyte, he fought Ebenezer Tete December 24. In March, he fought Christian Hammer.
Then before that,
then no, the one before that was back in November 2022 against Jermaine Franklin. That's the one where he had that break where he got popped in it. Is that the one?
Yeah. I was gonna get to that. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So when he fought Franklin in 2022, that was his last fight before he got that ban or before he got that accusation, whatever it was, right?
Yeah, the accusation. Yeah.
In the meantime, he fought Hammer in Ireland.
Christian Hammer, yeah.
Yeah, he fought Hammer in Ireland, but it wasn't televised or nothing, and it was a 3-round job. And Dillian Whyte was really angry he didn't get rounds. Then after, I think a year later, he fought Tete or whatever it was.
Terrible performance, bro.
Yeah, no, it wasn't convincing. The thing is, I think Dillian would admit himself it wasn't the best performance, and I think he said something which is important. He got rounds, which is like, I know in heavyweight boxing you shouldn't focus on rounds, but it's good to have it in your tank, isn't it? So at least he got rounds, at least he got fitness. But I think this fight against Joyce it's a do or die type of fight. If you lose this one, your career's done. And I like that about it. And I like the fact of the excitement is whoever loses is done. So it's going to be a desperate fight for both fighters, which will be entertaining for the fans. I know Joe Joyce, he's not the same fight as he once was. One of the most he was one of our best amateurs we've ever seen in this country as well. Like
Joyce is 0-3, you know. He's lost his last 3 fights, bro.
I know.
Twice against Zhang.
His last fight. And if Dillian Whyte loses against Joe Joyce, he's done as well because he shouldn't lose against Joe Joyce.
And if he wins, where does he go?
Then he has to move up to the high levels of the UK British fighters. So I'd like to see him. If he beats Joyce. Yeah, I'd like to see him against Coley if Coley wins. There's a little grudge between them lot. And
there's a bad blood there, isn't it?
Do you know what I mean? And you just build it up again. And Dillian Whyte wants to be involved in Riyadh season. You have to remember, Dillian Whyte beat Joseph Parker. You know what I mean? Dillian Whyte was taking on fights that he should never be taken on. When he was mandatory against for the WBC, he was taking risky fights after risky fights. And like I said, he beat Joseph Parker, and look where Joseph Parker is. He's one of the successful stories to come out of Riyadh season. And now Joseph Parker's fighting for a world title next week. So look, I think this is a good card. Now let's move on to the co-main. Actually, Riyadh.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of history there. They should have been fighting in the cruiserweight days. And like in terms of big UK fights, that fight was meant to be one of those. Like you got AJ Fury here, right? As in big fight. Then below that you had like Yard Buatsi. You know what I'm trying to say? Then then after that, it's like a Coley Riyadh pool. People want to see that fight. So, and I'm still glad they're seeing it because they got history. I think that big fight last year or the year before in the cinema for Creed 3, they were fighting each other. Like there's a bit of a grudge there. So I'm still happy to see that card. Now, I think the reason why you think it's not a good card is because of the names on there. But as a British fan, I think is a good card with a lot of history there as well. And there's a lot
bro, he's not in there. Sorry, I don't want to cut you off here. What did you say? Is because of the names you said?
No, I'm saying I think you don't think it's a good card because of the names. That's obviously you can correct me.
Nah. I don't have a problem with the name. I have a problem with the form, bro. Like these guys, the forms are just terrible, bro. You got a main event. One of the main guys here is 0-3, bro. And his last defeat was against Derek Chisora. Listen, I love Del Boy. I'm sure you love Del Boy. He comes in, puts in a tremendous performance, yeah. But Joe Joyce, I don't know, he's 40-41, bro. Like, I don't think this guy should be getting rewarded. Dillian Whyte, yeah. Every time I see this guy these days, he's always whining and complaining about something, bro. He's always angry like the world owes him something. Bro, we don't owe you anything. You did this to yourself, man. The guy opens his mouth and closes the doors for himself. Do you know what I mean? You ain't put on a world-class performance, bro. The last time you fought someone world-class, you got knocked out by Tyson Fury. Do you know what I mean? You haven't put the work in, bro. Yes, some people blocked you and thing and that back in the day when you was meant to fight Wilder. I get it, bro. In the last 4 or 5 years, this guy ain't done shit. Do you know what I mean? So I'm like, yo, why are we getting these waste, man, when we go Fabio Wardley out there? Do you know what I mean? We got other fighters out there that are more deserving of this type of card and to get that bag. But I get in it. It is what it is, man. Richard Riyad, Paul, Lawrence Okoli, bro. I'm not. It's gonna be a hug fest. Hug fest, Joe. I'm telling you, bro. I'm not hating on you. You know what? Let them get their money, man. Let them get their money.
Do you know what? Just quickly adding to that, I hear what you're saying, but these fighters have made a name for themselves, right? And I hear what you're saying about the activity and the losses and the performances. You're right. You definitely have a point. I think now, look, the good news is they have a chance. They have a chance now to fix that. Otherwise, they're gonna go and retire, and that's what they're gonna be known at, like the end of their career, just taking on dead fights. But you have to remember, Dillian Whyte, Joyce, they have made a name for themselves, and they have put on great performances in the history, in their tenure of their careers, for them to be talked about enough. Otherwise, if these two men were like bums and joke men, you know what I mean? Like they wouldn't have this hype. You know what I'm trying to say? Like what they've done in their career, like kudos to them, because Dillian Whyte was taking on fight after fight where he shouldn't be taking on these fights, and he was giving entertainment to the public. Those Chisora Whyte fights were like one of the best British fights in heavyweight, especially heavyweight British fights we've seen in this country, just in terms of the quality, like not quality, but in terms of the ruthlessness of fights, right? Joyce, what he done against Joseph Parker specifically, great performance. Do you know what I mean? Like these men have got the receipts to show that they are worthy to be spoken about. But I hear what you're saying about the activity, the performance. It's not good enough. It's not good enough, and that's because of the names of the opponents. Because we put them into a specific pedestal or specific area of quality, and if they're lackluster and below par, they have a right. Like they should be criticized, like you criticize them now. And that's because of what they've done in the career. That's the reason why you criticize them, because how poor they've been, and they're so much better than that. Now, the reason why I'm so excited, I'm not excited, but I'm happy this card is happening, because two fighters who are very who haven't been good enough, so in the last few fights. Now is done for them. They know it's done. The career's over. So a bit of like it's going to show a bit of desperateness in their performance. They're going to show some desperate fight. It's fight or flight for them. They're going to show real anxiousness and go for it, because otherwise it's over. And I don't know if you've ever watched The Dark Knight, the second one, The Dark Knight Rises, right? Have you ever watched that film? You know,
I've seen, yeah.
You know when he's climbing up the jail, trying to get out, one with Bane, yeah. Like, and the guy was telling him the biggest impulse, like, how can you fight harder, move faster, run quicker without the impulse of fear, right? And this is what it has. They both should be. If they're not, they should be. They both are fearful. This is the end for them if they lose, and that's why I think you're going to see a good fight. And that's why that's the whole thing of them selling this fight, because it's a heavyweight card, and if you lose, you got nowhere to go. That's why people want to watch the fight, not because of their previous performances. It's because of the names of who they are and the the what's on the line for them. That's why it's a decent card. I'm with you. I don't think it's an amazing card. I don't think it's spectacular, but I think it's a good card. I'll be honest. I think it's a good card. I don't think it's shit. I don't think it's amazing. I think it's decent. I think it's good, and I'll watch it.
Yeah, you know what? Saying all that, even though I'm negative about it, I'll probably just tune in. You know, you
got fair.
I just tune in.
You're not. I don't think you're wrong. I don't think I'm wrong. I think it's a mixture. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I
still feel like it's a throwaway card by Frank. You know what I mean? He's joined the zone. He's like, you know what can I do? It's what, springtime. Let me throw a little card in there. But what? Go on. What? I was gonna catch up. I was watching your show as well the other day. You two were we're talking about Frank Warren, and he's now joined the DAZN. So Eddie Hearn, we know, has been with the DAZN for years. He's invested in that company, and I heard you two saying that, yo, you know, Frank Warren's kind of taking over here. Like Eddie Hearn has to be careful. His position might be in danger and stuff like that. Like, what do you think of that? Of the whole scenario? Like Frank Warren resurging in the last 5 years. Eddie Hearn came out 10 years ago, absolutely changed the dynamics of British boxing. But Frank Warren, fair to him, the old fox, hanged on in there, didn't give up, didn't retire. All of a sudden, it looks like he's running things with Turki Alalshikh. Most of the top prospects in the heavyweight division are with him. He signed a couple man as well. You know, does Eddie Hearn have to up his game, or is Eddie Hearn kind of just chilling, say, you know what, Frank, you can have the UK market. I'm gonna look at the global thing. I'm good.
I think it's a bit of both, to be honest, bro. Because something this is not a fact. This is not 100% confirmed, right? But something to me, I feel Eddie has like shares of the DAZN. I think
he does. Yeah, he invested in the DAZN.
Yeah, okay, there you go. So I don't know how much, whatever, but he's happy. I know he's happy all these promoters are on his show because he's gonna make some good money in it.
He's eating regardless.
I know AJ's got shares. Like
AJ's got shares, yeah.
AJ's got shares as well. But I think Eddie definitely needs to pick his game up in the British scene, you know, because when he came into boxing, he came out of the blocks. You know what I mean? Like he was putting on fights like Bellew, Chisora, Whyte, Joshua, Frampton, Warrington, like really good British fights. And now I feel like Frank has got that model of what Eddie was doing in the 2010s, right? And now I'm going to try and do the same thing for the British public. Whyte, Joyce, Kakachi Wood, and Taylor Essuman, right? Like those are good British fights. And I think there's a worry for Eddie. He needs to up his game for the UK. It's weird because I think right now Queensberry are looking like the best British promotional company, boxing promotional company in Britain, obviously right now. But globally, it's Matchroom. And it's a bit ironic because, like, how can you be the best company in the world, but you're not in your own country? You know what I'm trying to say? And I think Eddie is a big year for Eddie Hearn because he's gonna let Queensberry. I think Matchroom are number one, right? I've always said that. I've always felt that, right? But there's a real risk this year, especially with Riyadh season and how close Turki Alalshikh and Frank Warren are, that Frank Warren can actually go back to being number one before Eddie Hearn came in. And so David, he's quite close to Queensberry. He works quite a lot for Queensberry, and he knows that basically Queensberry are always the number one promotional company representing Riyadh season, right? They're going to be the first ones always like called out. They're going to be they're the leading promotional company for Riyadh season, right? So everything that you need to be done for a promotional outfit for like whether it's like the venues or the security, anything like little stuff like this, right? Queensberry and the broadcast Queensberry are like number one. Obviously, unless it's like Eddie Hearn has got the main card, like Bivol Beterbiev, for example, or like AJ, like obviously Matchroom going to be the leading promotional. But if it's neutral, like I'm just trying to think of a random card. I don't know, just like a random card, like I can't think of like a random Riyadh season card where like do you know what I'm trying to say? It's always Queensberry that will be the leading promotional company. Like they will be in charge of everything.
Can I just chime in on this? Before we continue? That I think sometimes, you know, people. I think in boxing, obviously, momentum is important, isn't it? And I feel like probably perception plays a big role on how we think as well. Do you know what I mean? It influences our view of how we see the whole scenery of boxing and that. But if you actually dig in, if you actually research here, I feel like because AJ was the golden goose for Eddie Hearn, right? So most of Eddie Hearn's cards were built around AJ. But now, obviously, AJ is on his final legs and all that. It feels like Eddie Hearn is on a downer. But if we actually dig in, I was looking at myself, I was thinking, you know what? Frank Warren has got most of the heavyweights. He's got Parker, Gilles Zhang, Daniel Dubois. It's Usyk now. Usyk is not winning, but he's got that He's got the main guy, Fabio Wardley. He's got all these men there in the heavyweight division. But let's actually look at the stable of fighters for Matchroom, yeah? I'm just going to read off some names that people might recognize here. You've got in his boots, Haiti Taylor, Shakur Stevenson, J.O. Pataya. Who else is here? You got Anthony Joshua himself. You've got Callum Smith. Who else you got in here? You got Bivol. Dimitri Bivol is on there as well. That's what I'm trying to say. You got Israel Modrimov. He's with Matchroom. Jesse Rodriguez. Yeah, that's a serious fighter. Joshua Boati.
Now, Boati's a boxer.
No. He's under Matchroom.
No, he's not. He's not. Are you looking at the Matchroom website?
I'm looking at the Matchroom website. Josh Warrington. I need to update. Josh Warrington is there. Liam Smith.
Either, bro. Do you know what's happening?
Is he left? Yeah.
Yeah, bro. The Matchroom website is very outdated. Like they still got old.
This man.
So Boati,
but most let's say 50% of those fighters are correct. That stable for Matchroom is still solid, bro.
No, bro. Bam, Shakur, Opataya, Joshua, Bivol, Boots. Like that is they're all like you can put them all pound except for AJ. Obviously, you can put them all pound for pound top 10.
Exactly. I forgot. Conor Ben, bro. They're headlining in April. Horsepass.
Yeah, popular name.
That's what I'm trying to say. Popular name.
But that goes to my point, bro. When I'm saying globally, Matchroom are number one. Like number one. But it seems like Queensbury a lot of people are going more to Queensbury fights. And for example,
because they got their UK shows.
You know what? It's funny, right? So Catchall versus Barboza and Chisora versus Wallin. In the space of a week, they were both in the same venue. And
Queensbury what's that? The co-op.
Yeah, I went to a co-op to watch Chisora, right? Then a week later, yesterday, Catchall Barboza. And you can see like it was packed out for maybe because Chisora is a big name as well. And like it was. I feel like Chisora fight was more entertaining than the
Catchall fight.
Yesterday, yeah. No, not even just well, that's a given, but just the card in general.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe I got some bias because I was there, but I just felt it like I just felt it was more entertaining, to be honest.
Yeah, well, I think when you're in there, you're bouncy, you feel it more.
But excluding that, just the quality of fights.
Yeah,
I thought it was more entertaining. But it is what it is. I think Matchroom definitely they're lacking with heavyweights though, bro. Lacking.
Yeah, I think they relax.
It's not good enough for Matchroom.
I think Eddie Hearn for years he just invested on AJ instead of actually looking for others. Like he missed out on the likes of Moses Saitoma, Fabio Wardley. Like he missed out. Those talents were there for him. Dubois, do you know what I mean? Took his eye off the boot because I've got the golden goose. AJ. That's what I'm trying to say. Took his eye off the boot, man.
He could have signed Fury, but he said when he met Fury for a meeting, he was like he was massive, like 28 stone, whatever. And he was just thinking, no chance you're gonna come back. This is before he joined Frank and fought Wilder for the first time. This for all for that. Then he joined Warren, so he missed that out as well.
Okay. Moving on anyway? Quick one. This is actually a fight you was in at the Co-op Arena in Manchester. Del Boy, War Machine, Derek Chisora absolutely slapped up Otto Wallin, man. Otto Wallin, bruv, I don't know, man. Some boxes, man. You got all that talent, everyone hyped you up, like, bruv. I don't know if you want to see me in a ring anymore, bruv. After you get slapped up like that by Derek Chisora, bruv, you should not even, bruv, that is it, man. Forget it, go home, become a bloody, I don't know, man. Start skiing or something like that in whatever it's from. I think Sweden, whatever, bro. Go skiing, bro. Like, we don't want to see you no more. Very interesting. At the end of the fight, Derek Chisora called out, 3 fighters. He had pictures, he threw the pictures in the air. You had Alexander Usyk, got a slight cheer. Daniel Dubois got booed. I don't know. People don't like Daniel Dubois no more. He put up the picture of his boy, his friend, Anthony Joshua. The crowd were mad, bro. I was at home and I can hear the cheers. Everyone wants him to fight Joshua. What's your take on that, man? Del Boy, Anthony Joshua. For me personally, I done a video on this as well. I think Derek Chisora done AJ favor there. I think AJ and Eddie Hearn should take that offer. It's a way out. of that risky fight. They're talking about Martin Barcoli. Bro, you don't want no smoke from that guy. I think that's a nice way out. Do you know what I mean? Derek Chisora, yeah, he's done well in the last couple of fights, but AJ should be able to handle Derek Chisora. If he's scared, if Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua see Derek Chisora as a threat, bro, pack it in, forget it. Just pack it in, leave it. Leave boxing, bro. But I think that Derek Chisora is looking after his boy Anthony Joshua. Hey, listen, let's fight. Let's slag it out. Big money. We're going to sell out the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. You make money. I make big money. My last fight, my 50th fight, I go out with a bang. I take you out of a sticky situation with Martin Barcoli. You win against me. Then you can chill and wait for Tyson Fury to come back in the winter because we know Fury is going to be back. He just bare shit. He ain't retired. Turki Alalshikh will give him the bag. Fury will be back. What do you think? Derek Chisora, Anthony Joshua. Do you agree with me? Is Derek Chisora made a favor here?
I think out of the 3 fights, that's the only realistic fight that I can't see Dubois and I can't see Usyk at all. Like I don't think that's never gonna happen. But I could see that happening.
Yeah.
I really could see that happen. I think it's more the fact of, does Anthony Joshua want to be a world champion? That's the big question. That's the big question. And I think he does mentally. I think he will say it to himself he wants to be it, but does he really, like, in there, does he really want it?
Who does he beat? In the top 5, who does he beat? They're all smokers, man.
Yeah.
I reckon AJ, anyone in that top 10 at this stage of his career, I reckon everyone smokes him. They all knock him out. Fabio Wardley knocks him out. Fabio Wardley knocks out AJ right now.
They're never gonna fight though, innit? They're on the same stable.
Nah, Wardley's with Frank Warren.
No, I'm on about trainer wise, sorry. Like,
is it with Ben Davison, yeah?
Yeah, they're both with Ben Davison. Unless AJ left Ben Davison, but they're with, so I can't see that fight happening. But to be fair, like with Anthony Joshua, right? I love AJ, so a part of me, there's gonna be some naivety there. Like I'm always convinced, like, yeah, AJ's gonna do it. AJ's gonna do it. Would I be lying if I said I'm 100% confident in him doing it? I would be. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm always gonna back Anthony Joshua. I think the reason why I'm still convinced Anthony Joshua can do something in the sport is just because of how poor he was against Dubois. And I know that sounds a bit silly. Like, how can you say that? Because of the basics he didn't do. To me, like, he gave Dubois that win more than Dubois took it. Does that make sense? And I
get what you're saying.
Yeah, so I feel like if he fixes up with his performance, he's gonna give fighters a much tougher fight. Because the performance against Dubois, like, I was there on the night, like, bro, it's simple stuff, keeping your left hand up, keeping your right hand up for the hook, distance, keeping your hands too low. You know what I mean? Going with an uppercut so close when and leaving your hands low and getting knocked out like that. It was more AJ. So I feel like if he polishes himself and gives himself a reality check and reevaluates where he is currently, right? Because those performances against Ngannou, Hellenius,
Otto Wallen,
they're not reality, bro. Those are just easy fights to give you a sense of power, right? But when you're up against a big fighters, that's when push comes to shove, innit? And as long as he remembers that, then yeah, I still think he has a chance. Now, personally, looking at what AJ's done in his career, I would like to see him fight Daniel Dubois in the rematch. It could be suicide, or it could be something great. One thing about AJ, you have to respect. He's a throwback fighter. He's fought everyone that he can. He's never ducked a challenge. That's one thing that everyone should respect him for, and he should never be criticized for that. And why would he start now? You know what I mean? Like, you're at the end of your career anyway. So what if you lose to Dubois again? It doesn't matter now. Like, you've lost 4 or 5 times. 4 times now. What's 4 or 5? What's the difference now? It's not a big deal, is it? So,
but do you think, like, let's say he fights Dubois, like you're suggesting, Dubois chins him again? Do you think then the boxing fans, and look, I love AJ as well. He's done a lot for British boxing. Fantastic ambassador, 2 times world champion. Listen, a lot of fighters haven't even come close to what he's achieved. But I'm talking legacy now. Do you know what I mean? And these guys are full of pride. once they hang the gloves up, they walk away. They want us to look at them in a bright light. They want us to remember them fondly. Now, losing to Dubois twice, do you think then people start looking at AJ's legacy kind of like different? If, say, for example, he was to lose to Fury.
Yeah, that's a good question.
In terms of legacy,
yeah, losing to Fury is
better than losing to Dubois twice, bro. For me,
at the same time, it might not be because of that's the fight everyone's always wanted to see, and that's the fight you're always going to be remembered for. You know what I'm trying to say?
Well, you think people are going to be like, oh, out of Fury and AJ, Fury was the better.
Yeah, in my opinion, not because of the quality of fight, but the name and the history,
the rivalry.
The rivalry is going to be worse losing to Fury. That's what I think, innit? I hear what you're saying though. Like, it's if you're going to lose someone, it's better to lose to Dubois than Fury in terms of quality of the fighter. But because you have to remember, Enzo, these men have been wanting to fight for a decade plus. Everyone's been wanting to watch this. So now, if he loses, that's the fight you're going to be remembered for, not Usyk. For both fighters, by the way, you're going to be remembered
for both fighters. Yeah,
for both fighters, not the Usyk losses. This is a fight you're always going to be remembered for. So I'd rather lose against Dubois. But AJ's legacy is different to all these other fights. AJ's got a unique legacy, not because of the belts or what he's won, it's because of what he's done in British boxing. No one's ever done what Anthony Joshua's done. So he's got a unique legacy, and that can never be tarnished. So if people are going to remember AJ's legacy, he should be remembered for the stuff he's done that no one has ever done in the sport. He changed. It's like it looks like he's the alpha and he's going to be the omega of British boxing in terms of the scale. You know what I'm trying to say? Like when AJ's done, will British boxing be this amazing? Because like Riyadh season, there's an argument to have. Riyadh season and boxing and Matchroom Queens beginning with Riyadh season wouldn't be done if it wasn't for AJ. If you think about it, right?
You think AJ is the cause and effect of it?
I think AJ is the cause and effect of the way boxing is right now. Honestly, I do, and I'm not trying to like be up his ass. Yeah, I'm being honest. Yeah, because Matchroom went massive because of AJ. Yeah.
Yeah, he launched it. He relaunched Matchroom. He relaunched.
But he put British boxing to a thing we've never seen before, right?
Yeah, it was sleeping at the end.
Dominated because of AJ, like in terms of viewerships, right? Then,
viewership. Yeah.
Then Fury comes in. Yeah, Fury was champion before AJ, and Fury was doing bits for AJ, but Fury never became boosted like AJ did. AJ boosted, Fury boosted because AJ was there, and AJ brought Fury up. If you think about it, because they made that rivalry with AJ. AJ could have signed with Matchroom, but Eddie has like, now I got AJ, and I don't think he'll come back. Then Fury joins Queensbury, brings Queensbury up with Matchroom in terms of globally, because of now they got Fury, and the rivalry's getting up there. And AJ started it, pulled Fury up. Fury pulled Queensbury up. Then everyone's watching British boxing. Everyone's watching heavyweight boxing. We dominated the heavyweight division for a good years. Yeah, we had all of the belts. AJ had 3 of the belts. Fury had 1 of the belts. Then Riyadh season come in. Look at where's the place to be. Okay, Matchroom Queensbury. Go to Matchroom Queensbury. Make big fight using AJ and using Fury to launch Riyadh season, right?
Yeah.
Having Ngannou, Fury Ngannou, sorry, AJ Ngannou, AJ Wallin, Fury Usyk, all of these fights, Fury AJ Dubois from Riyadh season.
Yeah.
So that's all because of Anthony Joshua. He started it. He's the one that put the seed in, and he just let the tree grow. So that's
true. That's true.
It's his legacy. If you think about it, it's all because of AJ. If AJ was never here, none of all of this stuff could have been happening.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we know now it's could happen because AJ started all of this stuff.
Yeah. Now I think you're right in terms of like the commercial side of boxing, like viewership, like you said, pay-per-view buys, bums on seat, and everything like that. Definitely, AJ really changed the landscape in British boxing. Do you know what I mean? And a lot of these fighters have to say thank you to Joshua, man, because even Fury, like, I clocked it, like AJ, like he's done like millions of pay-per-view buys, regardless of who he's for. Sold out arenas, regardless, Dillian Whyte, regardless. But someone like a Tyson Fury, like he needed a wilder fight before he got to that stage. But Joshua was doing it with like some bums as well. Do you know what I mean? So now, credit to Joshua, massive respect to him. I think you're right as well. His legacy will be about the Olympics 2012.
That's his legacy, not the title.
Gold,
that's his legacy.
Yeah, gold medal at the Olympics in 2012. Do you know what I mean? Like inspiring so many kids in the UK to take up boxing and all that as well. So I think you're right. That is going to be his legacy. And yeah, man, I really do hope him and Fury get on, man. I really do hope Fury comes back. I hope he's chatting shit, comes back, and them two are fighting. And lastly, I wanted to get into the Riyadh season for the 22nd of Feb, that big card that's coming up. But I feel like we need to take our time on that. So I'm going to ask you if you can come back next week. If you have time for maybe 30 minutes, we can break down that card. Because I know you're the type of guy, you like to break down fights. You like to take your time. So I think we'll be back next week.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry.
That's what I said. No. It's fine. I'm sure they'll like it. We'll come back next week. We'll just focus on that card. Do you know what I mean? We'll just talk about the Riyadh card. We'll break down the main card, co-main, and the top 5 fights on that card. Just to finish off with, lastly, Alexander Usyk. He announced that he's got 2 more fights left in him. Me personally, my personal opinion, I thought that after that great victory over Tyson Fury, I thought walk away, man. You're what, 39, 40 years old. You've done it all, undisputed, bro. Undisputed cruiserweight, undisputed heavyweight. You've got nothing to prove. Walk away. But I just feel like fighters, especially at his age, yeah. Listen, credit to Usyk. He looked great against Fury, but I still noticed that he was getting hit more than usual. His feet was a bit slower. And you know these great fighters here, what I don't like, sometimes they hang around too long and they get beaten by a guy who wouldn't even lace their boots. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm saying. You hang on too long, you meet it'll be an off night, all of a sudden, because you know, Father Time, he don't tell you when he comes, you know. You might be great at the camp, great at training, hitting the bags, doing distance running and all that. You get in the ring, all of a sudden, your feet's like stuck in mud. Father Time's there, bro. Now you can't move. Now the guy's landing that shouldn't land on you. That's why for Usyk, bro, walk away. You've done it all. Nothing to prove. Walk away. You've made millions. But now, apparently this guy's going to hang around for another 18 months. He's going to be 41 by the time he retires. I'm like, ooh, I don't really want to see that. But let him do his thing. What's your take on Usyk? You know, announcing that he's going to have another 2 fights. He's going to hang around for another 18 months. Good or bad decision, and who do you see beating him in the next 18 months?
I think selfishly, I'm happy because Usyk's my favorite fighter of all time, right?
Yeah.
Selfishly, just to see him fight, selfishly, yeah. At the same time, I do agree with you. He has nothing to prove. He's done everything in the sport. Olympic gold medalist, undisputed cruiser, undisputed heavyweight, never been done in the sport, right? And when you're first to do something, you'll always be remembered as the first, right? So
yeah.
And I think he might go down when he retires. It's probably. I think I can't think of the top of my head, but I will put him in top 10 fighters of all time.
Oh yeah, definitely. Easy.
Because not just his heavyweight career, his cruiserweight career, what he done.
Cruiserweight, bro.
As well, like he was in some great cruiserweight fights and tough cruiserweight fights, like Gassiev, Bradis, Glowacki, like great performances. Belly was a great performance as well.
Yeah.
So I think I'm happy to see him continue to fight because I love Usyk. His next fight is probably going to be the Dubois Parker winner. I can't. That's the fight, innit? Like, not. So he's got the chance to be 2-time undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. Has that even ever been done before in the 4-belt era? I don't think it's ever been done with 4 belts. Might be done before the WBO came in. Might have been done when it was 3 belts. But in a 4-belt era, undisputed heavyweight.
Twice now.
To be fair, it's never been done in the 4-belt era before.
No. Even in the 3-belt era wasn't done.
Yeah.
Just the top of my head, I can't think. Nah, I don't think so.
It's the first. No, I'm pretty sure Usyk is the first undisputed heavyweight
in the 4-belt era.
Since Lennox Lewis won in 99.
Yeah.
I don't know. Someone needs to.
No. You're right. You're right. Let us know in the comments, but you're right.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So the fact he's going to do it twice, legacy again. I would have liked to see him go. He wanted to go back to cruiserweight. He was saying once.
To fight who?
He never said a specific name, but it was either like he just said like he was too much eating, too much working out. It was too much for his body, so he'd like to go back to cruiserweight. But it seems like that plan's out the window now. So if he was going back to cruiserweight, I would have loved to see Beterbiev because Beterbiev's tight at light heavyweight. I would have loved to see Usyk Beterbiev at cruiserweight because they got history in amateurs as well. Like Beterbiev's been Usyk and Usyk's been Beterbiev twice. So I would have loved to have seen that at cruiserweight just for the sake of the history. But
some people are saying Opetaya.
Yeah, I think that's a hard fight for Usyk. I would still favor Usyk in that fight, but then again, like Usyk's going down, you're messing up your body, bro. You're messing up your body. That's what happened to Roy Jones, bro. That's the reason why Roy Jones lost all those fights. When he moved up to heavyweight and beat Ruiz at heavyweight, and then went down, he just kept losing consistently because the
weight loss, man.
Yeah, the weight loss going up and down. So I'm worried that might happen to Usyk. Look, he doesn't need to go to cruiserweight. So I think fight Dubois Parker winner, and I think he wants to fight Alex Pereira as his last fight. That's what.
Okay.
He said he wants to fight Alex Pereira in his last fight.
What, boxing or MMA?
Probably gonna be boxing.
It's gonna be boxing, man. Nah, he'll smoke Alex Pereira. I like Alex Pereira, like kickboxing. Yeah, but in boxing, trust me, different sports, man.
Yeah,
you'll get smoked. Usyk smoking. And it'll be easy as well. I'm not even lying.
Yeah, it will be. The thing is with Usyk, like, there's actually no one for him left to fight.
Nah, there's not.
There's literally no one. And people say, he should fight Dubois because of the first fight of the legal. But bro, everyone keeps forgetting. What did Usyk do after that though?
Dominated.
He dominated and then knocked him out with a jab.
Dominated.
What did he do after? People
dominated.
Forget that bit. He dominated
even before the below the belt thing. I think I gave Usyk 11 rounds, bro, to be honest.
Dubois was doing well, though. He was doing well. But everyone, I hate what you said. I don't think it was 11 rounds, but he was still doing like bits. Dubois was winning rounds at times, in my opinion, yeah. But it was more the fact of like, people love to forget after the low blow, what happened. Usyk came and pretty much dominated the fight and knocked him out with a jab, basically.
But they have to create a narrative to hype up the fight, to hype up the rematch. Oh yeah, whatever. There will always be excuses that the promoters and managers and they'll put out there so that obviously us to put a doubt in the mind of the viewers, so the viewers can think, yo, you know what? Maybe if it wasn't for the low blow. But then people forget, like you said, what about after the low blow? Did you watch that then? You didn't, did you? You forgot about that, right?
That's the only dispute, that's the only thing people can like pluck out and try and think of. And Usyk's going, and if Dubois wins, Usyk goes back and sorts that out and wins and should win it. I think he will win. And Usyk will go back and put that to rest. So no one can say even 1% of bullshit. No one can say.
No one can say nothing.
That's Usyk is, because he don't need to take that fight. He can retire.
That's true. I personally want him to retire, but like you said, the selfish side of you want to see these great boxers continue. But
whatever he does,
I just say go at the top.
Yeah, whatever he does, good luck to him. I think he has a right to decide what he wants to do with his career. To be honest,
he's earned it. He's earned it, man.
Yeah,
he's earned it. Joe, I think we pretty much covered everything. Any little thing that you think that we forgot or anything like that? Do you wanna?
Nah, just we've covered pretty much everything.
For the last 2 weeks, isn't it? Really?
I mean, Canelo's 4-fight deal.
That's the one. Yeah, what do you think of that? Canelo's 4-fight deal with Turki Alalshikh. Obviously, I'll let you chime in. I just want to say this: that shout out to Canelo, respect to Canelo. Yeah, this guy was playing chess while everyone was playing checkers. Do you know what I mean? Like, I done a video about that. He played Turki Alalshikh, Jake Paul played all these men. Do you know what I mean? Like, he was playing with these guys, like just waiting for the biggest bidder, whatever you call it, And he got Turki Alalshikh, Reese season, all them man shook. Yeah, when his PR team put this news out there that he signed the deal to fight Jake Paul, Netflix, 100 million, whatever. So obviously Turki Alalshikh went into panic mode and he went back to King Abdullah and said, listen, I need another $1 trillion to make this fight. Do you know what I mean? So Canelo, massive respect, my guy. You know, you make me proud. You're smart, but 4-fight deal. Terence Crawford in September, big fight. What do you think of Canelo signing that 4-deal fight with Riyad?
I agree with you, bro. I think very, very, very good move, very good business move. Canelo has always prided himself as a good businessman, a good negotiator, and it looks like he's proved it once again. I think it's good because look, against Jake Paul,
Yeah,
they could have got a lot of pay-per-view, bro. A lot, because the non-boxing fans would watch that fight as well as the boxing fans, just to see Canelo beat up Jake Paul in it. Not because of quality of the fight, just to see kind of beat up Jake Paul. So everyone would watch that fight. Non-boxing fans and boxing fans.
of
And
course.
Jake Paul got like, I think I forgot the number. It was like 70 something million viewers on Netflix when he fought Mike Tyson. Like something. I don't even, so,
Nah, it was more. It's like it was more. It's like 200 million or something. It's crazy.
Whatever the numbers was, like I
Yeah,
don't even know. Like I think I saw 70 something 70 about that. I don't even know.
yeah,
Don't fact check me, but like with Canelo, like
yeah.
I don't know if they would have got that many views because Mike Tyson. Everyone knows Mike Tyson, but they would have made a lot of money. And the fact that Canelo didn't take that fight, respect to him. What he's done is rather than get one big payday, he's got 4 big paydays now, guaranteed. No matter, like, do you know what I mean? He's got 4 massive paydays, and respect to him about that because he's fighting William Skull May 3rd for the undisputed super middleweight championship of the world. Then he's going to fight Terence Crawford in September for the undisputed because he should beat Skull.
Yeah.
Then he might. Then then October next year. No, then next year, in like beginning of the of 2026, he's gonna fight either Bivol, Shiraz, or
what's his name? Eubank Jr.
That's the plan. It's not confirmed. This is the plan. Like
this is the plan. Yeah.
If everything goes to plan, we know boxing. One thing about boxing, nothing really goes to plan half the time, innit?
Bro, one punch can change everything.
Exactly. And then October 2026, Riyadh season opening ceremony, he's going to be the main stage. So that's going to be a big fight because opening ceremony for Riyadh season is always a big fight. Always.
Yeah. What do you think of, lastly, before we wrap up, what do you think of Terence Bird Crawford? His chances of pulling this off. I've seen some pictures that have come out. I don't know if it's leaked or the fight is done himself, but he's weighing like 186 pounds or whatever. Like that's crazy. Obviously, look, moving up in weight doesn't necessarily mean he's gonna carry that power because he's new to the weight. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes it takes time to grow into that weight, as we've seen like with someone like Usyk as well. And obviously, Terence Crawford, when I look at that fight against Canelo, I'm thinking, yo, lighter guy, more speed, more accuracy. You're going to be faster, move your feet faster, get the punches in and out, move, bob and whatever, get the decision win. Now he's bulking up, getting bigger. He's going to slow down. I feel like, mate, you're just setting yourself up, you know what I mean, for Canelo to catch with them big bombs, man. What chances do you give Terence Crawford, you know, when he faces Canelo in September?
There's always a chance because it's Terence Crawford. You know what I mean? Like every time people said he's not going to do it, he does it. Every time. Whether it's up against Spence, whether it's moving up to 154 against Madrimov, and again against Canelo. Look, personally, I think Canelo's the favorite. And when we spoke about this on our show with David, right? And he said Canelo should be the favorite, and he should be the favorite. He should be the favorite. Like he's the one. It's his weight class. He's heavier than Crawford. You know, he's the stronger fighter because he's the bigger fighter. So he should win. But Crawford, like, I don't know, like, I feel like with Terence Crawford, everyone says to him, like, oh, Bud can't do this, Bud can't do that. And then he proves people wrong. Like, people say, like, don't fight with this guy. He fights and beats this guy. Like, and people said against Madrimov, he's too big for Madrimov. And that Madrimov fight, bro, like, I think Crawford won it by a round, personally. But, like, a lot of people thought Madrimov won it, and Madrimov was bigger.
You mean who do you mean? You mean Crawford too big for Madrimov or Madrimov too big for Crawford?
I thought Crawford beat Madrimov. I thought it was the right decision. I thought 150, 130 was the right scorecard, yeah. However, a lot of people did think Madrimov beat Crawford, and Madrimov did show his size against Crawford.
Yeah, he did.
Crawford in the welterweight division, he knocked everyone out in the welterweight division. I think he had 100% knockout ratio in the welterweight.
Yeah.
I think he knocked everyone out. They moved up to 154 pounds at Madrimov and couldn't stop him. So now you're moving.
And Majima was touching him up, man. He was eating punches that he normally doesn't eat.
Exactly. And then now moving up more to 160.
2 weight divisions up.
Yeah, how you're not knocking Canelo out. Canelo has never been knocked out. Never been. I don't think Canelo's ever been knocked down.
Canelo's never been knocked down, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Best chin in the sport right now. Best chin.
And guess who Canelo fought that knocked everyone out? Triple G. And Triple G didn't even wobble Canelo. I know Triple G hit with a hard shot. Canelo ate that.
To be fair, they were doing it to both one another, bro. Triple G wasn't even getting the same thing with like.
Okay. Yeah. Can Crawford survive Triple G in his heyday? Can Crawford survive one of them haymakers from Triple G?
That's an unfair question.
Be honest. I don't think so, bro.
I'll tell you that question after the Canelo fight because I don't know.
You see what Triple G did to Kell Brook?
Yeah, no. The obvious answer is no chance. Yeah, but I need to see Canelo fight Crawford because ask me that question after that fight because if Crawford somehow wins, then there's an argument he probably could do that to Triple G. But I don't know. I definitely don't know because I rate Crawford so much, innit? I rate Crawford a lot. I like. But one thing, if he beats Canelo, he's one of the greatest fighters of all time.
Mate, if Crawford beats Canelo, mate, top 3 of all time. Simply because of who Canelo is. Like I don't think people actually grasp how big Canelo is a massive. This guy does 1 million every fight, bro. Like the Mexican fans, North American fans, big. I think the UK fans, because we've never seen Canelo fight in Europe, fight in the UK, like we kind of dismiss my guy, bro. Canelo's arguably the biggest superstar in boxing, along with Joshua. Hence why he's the only one. He's the only one that can demand those type of millions from Turki Alalshikh from Netflix. No one else can do it apart from maybe Joshua at this moment of time. Crawford beats him. Retire, bro. Just call it a day. You've done it. You've clocked the game, bro. You've won. You've done it.
No, I think Canelo is the face. I think Canelo is the face.
He's the face of boxing.
Yeah, he is. I can't think anyone else bigger than Canelo. Genuinely, like Usyk, like he's not big as Canelo though globally.
Nah. Usyk, Usyk, yeah, he's lucky. Fighting ability, we know, bro. We just said
he's the pound for pound number 1.
Pound for pound number 1 fight ability. Yeah. In terms of popularity, yeah, he's behind a lot of fighters, bro. Let's be honest. Like without AJ and Fury, Usyk don't do those numbers, bro. Do you know what I mean? He ain't doing that. Put Usyk against Opetile, he ain't gonna do those numbers. He needed the AJ and the Fury to boost his popularity, especially in the UK, bro.
No, facts, 100%. So Canelo's the face of boxing. If Crawford beats Canelo, he's definitely in the top 10 fights of all time. Like top
for me.
10. No, I can't see anyone arguing it because the task at hand is like, bruv, it's like someone writing a story about this, like literally David Goliath type of scenario. Like, so
bruv, he's moving up. He's moving up 2 weight divisions. 3 times undisputed
in 3 different weight classes.
3 different weight classes. And look at the guy. Look at the caliber. I think people don't put respect on Canelo. Bro, Canelo's been a pro since 2005. Look at the caliber of fighters that Canelo has fought. Triple G is for Mayweather. He's for what's his name? Bro, I need to go. Bro, he's for everyone. Bivol, Callum Smith, bro. The Canelo's for Miguel Cotto. Bro, Canelo's for every single, he's for every style. Southpaw, unorthodox, crazy guys that come forward, boxers, movers. He's for guys with a solid chin, guys with no chin, Amir Khan, the chinny chicken leg. Bro, Canelo's for everyone. Billy Joe Saunders beat him when he was undefeated. Bro, that resume, once my guy retires, I think he's gonna have the best resume of all time, bro. If you look at the fighters that he's fought. Now, it's up to people's opinion whether you think he fought them when they were already on the way down. It don't matter, bro. The resume is the resume. He beat these guys.
Like he fought Triple G in
his heyday.
Like in his heyday, yeah. Like
oh
yeah, like even Kovalev went up and fought Kovalev 175 pounds.
That's Kovalev.
Nah, he's definitely got one heck. Bro, imagine Bivol as well.
Biff.
Imagine Crawford in there. You put I don't think he's ever gonna fight Benavidez, but let's say for argument's sake, he fought Benavidez in there, bro. Like, yeah, there's a shout for one of the best resumes of all time. You know what's so funny? He wanted to fight Usyk once upon a time before Bivol beat him.
I heard that.
Because you know the cruiserweight limit is 200 pounds. He wanted to go up to 201 pounds and fight Usyk. But
that would have done pay-per-view, man. That would have done mad pay-per-view, guys.
Respect the cojones on my man, bro. Like, he's cold.
Bro, Canelo, I don't think people really respect him. That obviously he's had some sus moments in it, like with after the Triple G fight, the contaminated beef, whatever, bro. Like, that's, you know what I mean? People are gonna hold that against him. But bro, there's bare of your favorite fighters that failed drug tests, man. You just need to go and check. People just are quick to forget, but go and check a lot of your favorite fighters that you idolize failed drug tests, bro. Like, it just happens a lot in boxing, unfortunately, but it's there in it. So I'm not gonna really hold too much.
We'll never know about as well.
We'll never know. Like, especially back in the 90s, like I heard bare stories about Holyfield and that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I had bare stories before VADA and all these USADA, everything, this thing came in. That man will get away with murder, bro.
Max.
Do you know what I mean? But Joe, listen. Yeah, we've reached our time limit, but it's been fantastic, man. I really love this. I feel like we need to bring this at least weekly, bro. Do you know what I mean? I know I'm available. It's you. You're the busy guy. You always, you know what I mean? Next time I'll call you.
I'll always find some time.
You're gonna be in Riyadh. They're gonna be in Riyadh somewhere. You're gonna be in LA. You're always moving about. You're in bare show, so I know you're busy. But let's try and make this a weekly thing, at least once a week. Do you know what I mean? We just come in, we catch up. I like this, man.
Yeah, no, I've got time for you, my guy. 100. Always.
Yeah, man. Tell the people then what's coming up next for you. What's your plans? Obviously, we know the cards are coming up, but what's the plans for the Squared Circle boxing show, man? What's happening?
So we got a weekly show called the Squared Circle, guys. If you're new to Anzo's channel, come over to that. It was a really good boxing show. The future is we want to get guests in, we want to get professionals, we want to get promoters in, we're going to get anyone to do with boxing personality in there. And do you know what? We want to make a show and a chat show about boxing, but we also want to talk about fighting, not physical fighting, but fighting with struggles in life and fighting to make your dreams come true, your journey. So not specifically fighters and boxers, but we might have people like celebrities, you know, talking about their fight, their journey to make it where they are now and the struggles they've been through. So that's the plan in the future. We're just waiting for the new studio room to be done, and then we're gonna have more show, more content, which I'm sure you guys will appreciate and enjoy.
Yeah, man. Therefore, listen, go definitely. If you're not subscribed yet, go check out the Squared Circle. Is it just the Squared Circle, or is it the Squared Circle boxing show? What is it?
It's called the Squared Circle.
Okay. Yeah,
it's unboxing, isn't it?
Yeah, the Squared Circle. I'll leave the link in the description. Definitely go check them out. You know what I mean? When it comes to boxing analysis, fight breakdown, post-fight reviews, and like Joe said, man, like they're really about this life, bro. They talk it, they break it down. So definitely go to them and subscribe. And yeah, man, you're really gonna enjoy the videos. But Joe, listen, we're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna leave it at that. Thank you so much for coming on the show. I really appreciate it. Guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe as well to help the channel to grow. But Joe, we'll be back. Riyadh season, February 22nd. We're going to be back with a fight breakdown. I promise you people, I'm going to come back with Joe. We're going to break down the fights and we're going to do some predictions as well and who Joe thinks and I think is going to win the bout as well. So we'll be back, man. Until then, guys, stay blessed. We'll see you soon. Peace.